You cut the cord. Hello and welcome back to the Metamystic Show. This is Missy Gordon, the Metamystic here. Always great to see you guys. This is a collective, timeless reading. And this is a victory reading. Take a victory lap. Hell. You could have cut the cord with somebody that you were romantically involved with here, but not necessarily with the Two of Cups. To me, the Two of Cups and the Six of Cups are soulmate energies. Sometimes when we come from honk, abusive upbringings, abusive homes, enmeshment is a thing. Inappropriate boundaries are crossed. There are no boundaries for some. So that's how these cords start to begin with, is that they're born out of something inappropriate, something overbearing, something intrusive. I'm getting very clearly that this cord was connected directly to your root chakra. We have some red jasper here today to support us in this message. Some of you have been working for years to disconnect yourself from this cord, Two of Cups, Three of Swords. Now, I'm somebody that believes that cord cutting can sometimes be a process because there's a lot of nuance to these sorts of things, right? Like, say this is a family member that you had this cord with, and it's from the root chakra, so that could be something from 40 years ago for some people, right? This, I've seen stories from people that are, into their late 60s and they're still dealing with an overbearing mother, for example. It's not about age, guys. With the root chakra, this is something that is deeply embedded, deeply ingrained, and sometimes it does take a process. It's not just like a one and done, snip, snip, snip. With the Three of Swords, this would have been something extremely painful. Look at that image there. And complicated emotionally, depending on who this is for you. Because for some of you, this definitely is a romantic person that you're disconnecting from. But the card says friendliness. So this could even be a friend or a sibling, because they're showing up as trees. It's like this goes beyond humanity. And again, it's this root chakra energy with the tree, just confirming that this is something that was deep in the roots of your makeup, I'm getting. So today we are using the Osho Zen Tarot, one of my faves, beautiful deck. You cut the cord with the Seven of Swords, none other than the Seven of Swords. Let's give a round of applause for the Seven of Swords. This person was wearing a mask. Whoever this person was, they were not true, guys. We have the Ace of Swords behind that. With the Knight of Swords, someone shouldn't have to convince you that they are true. If they're true, they're true. Ace of Swords, they shouldn't have to convince you, Knight of Swords, that they are. And Seven of Pentacles, go over a 7-point schema as to why they are this person that you claim they are not. Right? Just trust me, they say. Knight of Cups. This person was tricky, guys. Very emotionally manipulative. Very hard to decipher what was true and what was not with the Three of Swords. This has been a process for people to release this energy. Page of Swords, and now this person is in hell, I'm hearing, with the Page of Swords. I mean, look at this image. It's like they can't function without you. We're going to get 3 cards. This is a victory message. But this person is still watching you. They're still trying to connect with you. Page of Swords. Don't reconnect with this person. If you've spent a long time trying to disconnect, don't let them trick you, guys. My reading right before this was called They Tricked You. This is that same energy. We have the Empress and the High Priestess. That's you. You could feel exhausted. This could have just exhausted all of your energy dealing with this person or this situation. Now, for some of you, it could even be a job with the Eight of Pentacles, so take it as it resonates. And yet, somehow, you still just made it so beautiful, guys, with the Empress. You make every situation beautiful. Male, female, non-binary, however you identify. You are connected to higher intelligence with the High Priestess. You're somebody that you find the beauty. You find the beauty in everything. This says clinging to the past. This is the Five of Cups. So there could have really been an aspect here that fought against you as you were trying to disconnect, because you did see the beauty in your own memories connected to this person. And that's what makes it challenging to cut the cord, is because for some of us, this cord was connecting to so many years of time that it almost feels like by cutting the cord, we're cutting a piece of ourselves away. But actually, we're not cutting a piece of ourselves away. We're actually taking that piece back. We're taking our power back. And we are narrating our own story through our own lens. Because for some here, this person was such a master manipulator. See my last reading. They tricked you. They were such a master manipulator. Some of them even used spell work, that it kept you in this confused haze where you felt like you had to go to them for validation or support or wisdom of some kind, when you actually are the one who's tapped into ancient wisdom with the High Priestess, and they were actually siphoning off of you. I'm getting very specifically that they feasted off of your crown chakra. This is amethyst. I'm seeing them as an energy vampire. It's gross, guys. I'm literally seeing them like a zombie, like eating your brains. Eating your brain. That's the image I'm getting. So, doesn't seem too friendly to me, but let me know. Right? Past lives. This is somebody you've dealt with before, guys. With the Queen of Swords, wonderful, and the card of success, the Six of Wands. Queen of Swords, you set boundaries with this person, or this reading is showing that if you do that, you will find that you come into a lot more success in your life. And you'll still get to keep all of the spiritual lessons that you learned with the Hierophant. From that time frame, you're going to keep all of the value and let go, cut away all of the negative things. So it's worth it, guys. It's worth it. It's for some of you, you really just had a hard time transitioning. This is the Two of Swords to that next version of yourself that was not connected to this person, right? Ace of Swords, that's the truth. You're going to find that everything clears up, especially when you're in meditation, because I'm seeing that there's something with the crown chakra. Every time you went into meditation, you could have felt like your crown was being attacked. You could have felt a lot of psychic attacks constantly, even in your dreams, for those this applies to. And you're about to experience a freedom that you've never known. You're going to be able to flow with the Empress and the High Priestess in your spiritual gifts like never before. It's just going to feel very easy for you. You're just going to slip in and out of the different realms and the different rooms and the different levels of consciousness and the different chakras, because now you're not up against so much resistance. Cutting this cord is like cutting away from a heavy burden. All right. Three cards. This is like battling all of your demons, guys. This is a huge, huge achievement with the Six of Cups here. This is something from the past. Like, this is years in the making, guys. So let's take a look here. One, two, and three. You cut the cord. Ace of Wands. See, you're going to get all of your energy back, all of your power back. You are directly connected to Source, and whoever this root chakra clinger, Two of Cups, whoever this person was, they were draining your life force. So now you're going to feel like so much creative energy. You're going to feel inspired again. You're going to feel very courageous with the Strength card. You're going to feel like things are growing. This reminds me of Tupac's Rose Through the Concrete poem. See how this flower is growing through the rocks. Not easy to get here, guys, and it took a lot of courage to get here. But you're also going to feel, with all of this Leo energy, you're going to feel inspired. You're going to be filled with power, with boldness. You're going to see how much this energy was really draining from you. They wanted to keep you stuck in some way with this root chakra energy. Like they wanted you to feel like you couldn't do anything on your own, like you needed them for some reason, right? So it made you possibly feel insecure, or like, ironically enough, like you had to go to them for help, but really it was them coming to you this whole time. They flipped the script on you guys, and that's everything that came through in my reading right before this. If you're really resonating with those points of feeling tricked by this person, we talk a lot about that in my previous reading called They Tricked You. All right, everybody. You cut the cord. Card number 1. We have the 4 of Pentacles with the Miser. See, guys? They wanted to take all of this for themselves. And they wanted to hold you back in that position. Possibly even financially with the 4 of Pentacles, where you felt like you couldn't get ahead. Like you could have felt like no matter how hard you tried, you could just like never get ahead. You could feel like you were running on a hamster wheel with the Ace of Wands. And you know, this is very, very, very powerful energy. This is potent, guys, with the Strength card and the Ace of Wands. This is pure, raw fire. This is like the sort of fire that athletes use, that channel. This is like Olympic level energy that's being channeled through your being. And yet you could have actually felt stuck or stagnant, or like you didn't have enough. That's because, look, this person took everything. Look at that picture. All of these diamonds, gems, gold, treasure, even the embroidery on this. They just stole everything. They took everything. And then they claimed that you needed them, right? They were getting all of their sustenance from you. This person's an energy vampire. And they're consciously aware of it, guys. That's why they look sneaky, because they know what they're doing. Card number 2 for the collective, we have the 3 of Cups. Celebration. You're entering a time of celebration and success. You're going to actually have to get used to the sheer power. You're going to have to get used to having all of your energy to yourself. It's going to feel very intense. Like you could even feel like, I got to do something, you know, I got to go on a run, or you know, I got to do something with all this extra energy that I have now. You could even find yourself weirdly feeling a little bit restless because you're so used to running on empty that now when you have all this horsepower, you may even not know what's happening. So just be aware of that, guys, that as your power is returning to your body, you're going to start to feel empowered. But sometimes when we're not used to it, it can feel weird. It's kind of like, this is water in this cup. I love this cup. But imagine somebody put lemonade in here. And so when I take a sip, I'm expecting it to be water. Why is that so sour? It trips out your mind. It makes you think like, oh my God, there's something wrong with the water. What happened to my pipes? Or like, you know, what happened? The water is contaminated, but it's actually lemonade. That's this. It's like you're used to your energy feeling a certain way, and now all of this energy is going to come back into your body again. You're going to have access to all of the energy reserves, And you may feel like it's actually ironically something negative that's happening because your system's getting used to it again. I'm going to clarify these because I feel like there's a lot more to this Three of Cups story. I feel there's other energies here aside from just you, I mean. And aside from this person that you're cutting the cord from. You're not going to be alone, guys. If that's a concern or if that's something, like if that's a narrative that this person drilled into your mind, like you're going to be alone without me. We literally have the Three of Cups right here with a whole group. So that was immediately a lie, right? That was never true, guys. I'm hearing there are people lining up to be your friend. Like you have love interests out the door. I'm literally getting that channeled. Even if you don't feel that way, guys, it's a big world. And you have energy that's coveted. It's coveted so much that that's what got you in this situation to begin with. And I say that loosely because for some here, this was literally, you had no choice. You grew up in this karmic family, you know? But for others here, this is not a family member. This is a romantic situation or even a friend with the Three of Cups and the Two of Cups. Card number 3. The Judgment card with a big butterfly, transformation. This also goes back to my reading centering around the Death card. Number 219, tomorrow everything will change. 24-hour reading. Hey, maybe you cut the cord and everything changed in 24 hours. Maybe that's what that reading was talking about. I wasn't sure what it was pertaining to for everyone, like what set off the change. But I'm getting that here, that there's some sort of a big transformation or change with this butterfly energy. Something changed. It caused some sort of an awakening within you. And now here we are. So let's clarify these. So proud of you guys. Wow. With the world. And I'm proud of myself too. I don't speak on anything that I'm not personally currently going through or have gone through in the past with the Hierophant. I only teach what I know. I don't just teach concepts that I read from a book. In fact, I actually am too far on the other side of the spectrum. I wait like 5 years just to make sure that I actually know the context so that there's no hypocrisy involved, right? We have the Four of Pentacles, the Miser, the Three of Cups, celebration, and the Judgment card, beyond illusion. You're going to feel like you're coming out of an illusion. And like your life is going to start to feel happy now because Queen of Swords, you set this boundary against these burdens that they were trying to continually put on your plate. It's like I'm seeing them having you solve all of these unnecessary puzzles that took a long time to solve and caused you a lot of stress and burden. They just wanted, I'm seeing like Sudoku. Like they just wanted to play all these mind games with you and send you on these meaningless, pointless tasks. I'm hearing, oh, just keep them busy while they steal all of this stuff. Yeah, King of Cups. They're very they were very convincing guys with the King of Cups. The King of Cups is extremely emotionally intelligent, but this person used their emotional intelligence for evil. They used it to manipulate, right? It's almost like your life is gonna begin. You're gonna feel like you can breathe. You're gonna even feel like you have more time to kill because this person took up so much space. They always needed something. They always had a problem. They always had an issue that they came to you to solve. And then, ironically enough, it was actually a trick. Like they were coming to you with some sort of issue for you to solve to keep you busy while they were siphoning this source code energy, the Ace of Wands and the Sun. Like it was never about you helping them. In fact, these people are so proud that they put their no like they look at you like you're some sort of a peasant or something like that they would never need help from. They were just using that, guys, as an excuse to steal your energy. King of Pentacles and your money. Ten of Swords, King of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles. And they were aggressive with it too, with the King of Wands. And they played mind games with the Four of Swords. I'm seeing they would use certain tactics, like they would be really hot and heavy with the King of Wands, whether that's sexually or whether that's just like, hey, let's do this as a family, or like let's finally do that project we talked about. And they get you all like excited and happy, like, yay, celebration, Three of Cups, we're finally like connecting on that level in any capacity that this is in. And then they would play some sort of crazy mind game, like they would just suddenly stop responding to your texts, or they wouldn't show up, or they'd pull back all of their energy with the Four of Pentacles and the Four of Swords. They did something that made you feel like you were crazy for getting upset. Like you were just totally out there, man, for claiming that they betrayed you when they were the one who originally started that energy with the King of Wands. They did this many times, I'm hearing. The King of Wands was juicier than the King of Pentacles, because with the King of Wands, the letdown, like when they didn't come through on whatever they promised and got you all excited about and stuff, the letdown was so deep that they were able to drain more energy with that King of Wands energy, guys. It's really sick, honestly. And you're going to have a karmic return with the Wheel of Fortune for all of this, guys. Nobody ever gets away with anything. Our responsibility is to simply just cut the cord and focus on ourselves and just let the universe take care of all that karmic stuff, right? Focus on replenishing your energy with the Nine of Wands and filling that energy bank back up. Like, charge your battery, plug that plug into the wall, charge your battery up, and get your power back from everything that's happened here. Because this is a lot, guys, and it does take time to fully regenerate your energy, and it does take time to get used to the absence of such an invasive energy like this with the Sun at the bottom. Even if it is something happy with the Three of Cups celebration and the Sun, it still takes some getting used to, because this was just like a constant roller coaster up and down and all around, and mind games and emotional manipulation and questioning yourself. Was that really real? Did that happen? Like this would just drive anyone up a creek. You're very strong, guys, with the strength card for getting through this. You grew as a beautiful flower right through the rocks. One, two, and three. Because I'm just seeing somebody having like a wonderful, fun time, like with a group of people. But I'm seeing you kind of just sitting there feeling a bit sad, or just, it's like it takes a long time to rebuild yourself, guys. Don't be hard on yourself. Like, just because you're not totally happy and totally healed, like, it takes the body and the system a while to regenerate and to feel happy again and hopeful again. And for some of us, it's literally for the first time. Wow, the devil at the bottom. I'm hearing for some this was a life contract. That is, I've never even said that before. And with the Knight of Cups and the Five of Cups, I'm hearing that they would gain more out of you when you were in like a dark spot with the devil and the Five of Cups. Like, the more depressed you were, the more sad you were, the more like hopeless they made you feel. It gave them like an extra pep in their step with the Knight of Cups. Like, you could have even seen them like talking to people like all happy and saying these beautiful spiritual platitudes about being so grateful for their life and all of that stuff, while you look like the schmuck in the corner who's not grateful and who is sad and who's struggling and needs to be prayed for and needs Reiki and needs help and all that shit. When in reality, this person, as they're seeing you struggle, it just added to their energy. They looked like the hero with the Knight of Cups. They actually looked like, hey, I'm going to come over and I'll fill that cup up for you, pal. Wow, looks like you're really sad over here. That's so sad. That's so sad that you feel like that. Let me just come fill that cup up for you. Right? The devil. But they show up as the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups is extremely casual. It's like the people who believed that this person was this peppy Knight of Cups with like all these like wonderful things to say and, oh, just such a pleasure, such a doll, such a wonderful person. The people that believed that this person was these things, it's casual, guys. They didn't know this person very well. The Knight of Cups is not the King of Cups. The Knight of Cups is kind of just like they could be totally lying with the Knight of Cups. Well, they are with the devil. That proves it. But I'm just saying it's a funny energy. It's like, this is a con man energy. This would be somebody that fools everyone and even rubs it in. Like, the more sad you were, the more depressed they were, the more energy they were filled with. Like I said earlier in the reading, this person is an energy vampire. And I'm hearing that's the way they are. That's just the way they are, guys. It's in their nature. All right. Clarifying the Four of Pentacles. None other than the Four of Pentacles. Pentacles. Just confirming, guys. Just confirming. It's like this reading is to validate you. This is to show you, hey, they gaslit the shit out of you. You were not crazy at all. Yes, they were holding you back. Yes, they were playing crazy mind games where they came on like super strong and like love bombing and everything, and then completely pulled back their energy. Yes, that is correct. That they acted like they were totally composed and they had no issues while you were over here like some sort of crazy emotional wreck that was always crashing out and struggling. And why can't you just get it together? Yes, you are correct that you thought in your head, even if it seemed crazy at the time, that this person actually was an energy vampire, that they were stealing your life force energy and using it to power their own manifestations in their own life, and stealing from your jewelry cabinet. They were stealing from your reserves with the Four of Pentacles. Even when you were low on fuel, that's actually when they stole more, because they knew if I kick them while they're down, if I hit them while they're down, my supply will be even juicier than it was before. Yes, you were correct about all of that. And Spirit just wants to say that to you, that you will be repaid for everything that you have gone through here, right? Because that was the contract, that was the deal, that they got to act out their sick fantasies and their sick plans, but you will then, everything will flip around. Like now, the next 20 years, 10 years, 5 years, 2 years, however long this went on with this person, for some it was a life contract. I'm hearing that again. It's like now that it's getting flipped over and you've cut the cord from this person at the root, and it took many years to get here for some people, now it's all going to flip on them. And then the devil, it's like the devil's like, hello, wonderful to see you here. Fine Sunday afternoon. Let's have a little brunch, you and me. We have some details to discuss. And they're like, details? What do you mean details? Well, you thought that this person would never cut the cord with you. You thought that you had successfully convinced them that they could never be anything without you. But now that they have cut the cord, that was in section C17 of the contract, section B. Oh, down here and here, signed twice by your own hand, that if this person should recognize that you are indeed an energy vampire and cuts the cord from you, then everything that you stole will need to be repaid with interest, right? My friend here will take a mimosa. Thank you. Let's discuss. Let's discuss details. Clarifying the Three of Cups. Whew. We have the Knight of Pentacles. I mean, this went on and on and on and on. This just went on and on and on and on. And it's like they were literally dancing on your grave, so to speak. And you were just like suffering, guys. Now, like I said, you still found a way to make your life beautiful, to see the bright side of things, to evolve spiritually, right? Through all of this, of course, but don't forget that God always sees. There is no way out of this. There's no way out of this for them. That's what I'm getting. Now you're coming out the other side of this, even though it took a long time, but everything's about to flip. You're going to live a life of celebration, but you're not going to be celebrating this person's demise. I feel like it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking for you to see what this person is going to have to endure, because you're really strong, guys, with the Strength card. You could have even made it look not as bad as it really was. right? You could have kind of held back your emotions because you didn't want to like burden this person. You didn't want, other people to feel like you were toxic or you were trauma dumping or whatever, right? You're the type of person that likes to be a bright spot on people's remembrance. You like to bring good news. You like to bring positivity to people, right? So you could have held back a lot of the things you were going through even for a long period of time. And now Spirit is showing that now for a long period of time, on the flip side, you are going to experience a lot of happiness, joy, fun. Clarifying the Judgment card, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Wow. Now, this is interesting because I feel like this here, especially with the Knight of Cups, this could actually be a new relationship, guys, with the Knight of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles here. Someone could have Capricorn in your chart or their chart. Let me ask about that. Because this would have been a long time coming. Look, we have the Three of Cups at the bottom of this deck as well. I just want to ask about that because I feel like that's another layer. Because my eye keeps going to this Two of Cups. Like, you're going to have all these positives. I forgot what reading it was. Where I was talking about, it could have been on my reading right before this, number 220. Either way, I was basically talking about in the reading that all of the negative things that have happened, now it's all going to be flipped around and it's going to be turned into the positive. So with the Two of Cups and the Three of Cups with the Strength card, you've been very strong, guys. I'm so freaking proud of you. I love you guys. Now all of these positives are coming into your life. Because look, he's even facing her. He's looking right at her. This could even be somebody that, they're a little bit more reserved here, guys. With the Knight of Pentacles, they take their time, and the Four of Pentacles, they really like do things the right way, I'm getting. Clarifying the Knight of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles together, please. The World. Wow. Something is completing here, and it's bringing two souls together. I'm getting that with the Empress. This is a very abundant timeline that you're moving into. We have the Four of Pentacles again. I'm hearing this will be worth the wait with the Three of Pentacles. I feel like the guides are really working behind the scenes here to prepare you for this Knight of Pentacles. For some of you, it might not be love, right? It could be, this is like, you're going to celebrate when this pentacle is given to you. Now, can I ask what the pentacle is? May I ask what the pentacle is? Yeah, they're not showing me, guys. But we have the Two of Cups at the bottom, so I'll respect that. All right, everybody. Much love. Thank you all for listening. It's been Missy Gordon, the Metamystic here. This is a very hopeful reading. And above all, this is really just a confirmation that you have successfully cut this cord, or this is showing that when you do go through this process of cutting this cord, and it's a process for a lot of people here, this will be the result. You will move into a time of illumination, seeing beyond illusion, coming into high level relationships and friendships with the Two of Cups and the Three of Cups. Spirit has been saving the best for last. I'm hearing that. Wow. All right, everybody. If you would like to listen to The Metamystic Show, you can always catch it on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If you just look up The Metamystic, you'll find the show. If you just want to listen instead of watching on YouTube, which you can always watch The Metamystic Show on YouTube, as well as on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. You can always listen every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 a.m. EST. I want to thank everybody from the bottom of my heart who donates to support this show. I deeply appreciate it. And I also appreciate your testimonials, guys, for those of you who have gotten readings from me. I love to see what you guys have to say. And if you don't have like a specific question, or you don't want to go into like so much detail, like if you're just meeting me, I'm not offended, guys. Like if you just want to do more of like a general reading, I'd be glad to read for you. You can look at my pricing and my options and everything. If you want to send me an email, we can set up a reading for you. I love to connect with you guys in that way. So much love, everybody, and I'll see you on the next one.